This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
If you just give me another chance
and $180 million,
I can make this.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, Your Worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder!
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
I thought one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
So, another lawsuit has landed on the lap of Lucasfilm and Disney, and it has to do with Rogue One and the use of Peter Cushing's image as Grand Moff Tarkin. Now, for the record, this story came out in the Telegraph in Britain, and I have to use the Hindu one because it's hidden behind a paywall, and I'm not going to pay for it. Here's the story. Disney faces lawsuit for using Peter Cushing's likeness in Rogue One. The late actor who originally played Grand Moff Tarkin in the 1977 Star Wars film was digitally resurrected using CGI in the 2016 prequel. Disney's facing a legal challenge over the digital recreation of Peter Cushing's likeness in Rogue One. Incidentally, the actor under the deepfake is a guy named Guy Henry. He's a very good actor, by the way. Peter Cushing's likeness in Rogue One, a Star Wars story 22 years after the actor's death. We're going to get back to this because I find this very curious. After the actor's death, Cushing, who originally played Grand Moff Tarkin in the 1977 Star Wars film, was digitally resurrected using CGI in the 2016 prequel. Actor Guy Henry provided the body with Cushing's face added via digital effects. Lawsuit was filed by Cushing's friend and film producer Kevin Francis, who claims Cushing did not consent to the reproduction of his likeness posthumously. Francis argues Cushing had signed an agreement in 1993 stating that his image could not be used without Francis' permission. Disney had previously paid Cushing's estate, the family, £33,000, or euros, whatever that is, for the use of his likeness, but Francis asserts that this deal was insufficient. On Monday, the High Court in London denied Disney's attempts to have the case dismissed. Judge Tom Mitchison acknowledged the complexity of the case, stating that while he wasn't convinced Francis would win, and I am not convinced either, the claim was not unarguable and required a full investigation. The legal battle could have significant implications for use of deceased actors' images in film, particularly as digital effects and AI tools become more prevalent. Disney used similar techniques before, notably with Carrie Fisher in Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and in Rogue One as well. And AI James Earl Jones for Disney Plus Star Wars series, but that was just the voice, and they recreated it, which I don't think James Earl Jones would sign an agreement to deny Disney and Lucasfilm the right to using his voice. And I have to say that I think 22 years after the actor's death, that perhaps this lawsuit's not going to go anywhere. I think it's kind of chintzy on the part of that film studio. And I really think that the judge will probably listen to the case and then throw it out of court because it just doesn't work. And I don't know if there's a statute of limitations for even bringing lawsuits up like this. And again, how do you hold this company or a contract with a dead man? All right. Paying the estate, which is the family, is one thing. But a contract holder of someone who's dead? No.
How embarrassing for you. I left you a message not to come. I'm passing on the God.
In keeping with the trusty adage, starve a cold, disgust a fever.
Now we've got the actual 3 lawsuits that are understandable that Disney should lose. The Gina Carano mess, they did allow her to be bullied. They did wrongly take her job away from her. And I really have no problem seeing them have to settle this and bring her back in. I think that's the only fair solution to this. The right of free speech is sacrosanct in the United States. I mean, the First Amendment is the first 10 of the 10 commandments. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You will have no other gods before me. All right. You will love the Lord with all your heart and all your soul. The first commandments. The right of free speech is the first of the first 10 rights on the Bill of Rights. And it must be guarded and it must be protected. And when you take away someone's livelihood because they don't agree with you, that is bullshit. And I really think that this lawsuit will be successful for Gina. The fact that the judge is letting it go to either a settlement or a trial is great. Let's talk about this. So Lucasfilm was roped into a legal battle between rival clothing companies over the backpack Indiana Jones war in the latest installment of the franchise. And Wednesday in California federal court, Frost River, which is an outdoor lifestyle brand from Duluth, Minnesota, accused Lucasfilm of using its products in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny without permission, and then passing off its signature backpacks as a competitor's product in a deceptive marketing campaign. Lawsuit concerns 2 juggernauts, Filson and Lucasfilm, exploiting the hard work and intellectual property of Frost River, a small American company, states complaint. Okay, so this lawsuit again highlights Kennedy's incompetence. When she was approached by the team dressing Harrison Ford, saying when they told her there was no backpacks that they could find that would work, they asked if they could use another backpack. She said, go look in wardrobe. They picked the Frost River backpack, and Lucasfilm never asked permission. They never acknowledged Frost River in the credits or anywhere. Then the other company, I think they're called Filson, used the backpack in advertisements for their brand and passed it off as their backpack. This is Kathleen Kennedy's mess. Okay, this is what incompetence looks like. When you don't have enough awareness as the producer to go, do we have permission to use this backpack? Who made it? Let's talk to them. Okay, here's the next one. The Karen McCarthy lawsuit. Karen McCarthy, we know the story, was up for the highly acclaimed Sugar, starring Colin Farrell, and Acolyte. She chose Acolyte. Leslie Headland basically hired her. Candace Campos sent the letter basically agreeing, okay, you're working on this, you're the line producer. 2 weeks later, she's fired. Okay. And the lawyers from Ms. McCarthy basically have implied that the courts are just Disney's just sitting on it, hoping she'll go away. And this wouldn't have happened had Lucasfilm played ball with Ms. McCarthy and given her the $2 to $3 million that she wanted. So Bob Iger sitting here has probably got a look on his face like, you got to be kidding me. Now, this is the thing about the Tarkin suit. Let's go back to that for a minute. I think it's greedy on the part of Tyburn Film Production to be suing Disney after all this time between making Rogue One and now. The fact that the judge is letting this go through because he wants to know what's going on here. And yet he doesn't think they have an arguable case is interesting to me. I agree with them. However, there are implications for use of dead, passed away actors' likenesses in future productions. Now, to me, if the family says yes, the money goes to the estate of the passed away actor. I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay, if the actor is okay with the fair use of his image by the film studio, Lucasfilm, Disney, Sony, or what have you, fine. There's got to be stipulations. It's got to be this, this, and this. It can't be disgusting behavior by people, etc. That would be fine. Okay. This lawsuit, brought on by an old friend of Peter Cushing's, and because it was a contract held by a different film studio, and Cushing died in '94, I don't think has any merit. I'm not sure. I don't know British law. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Disney's and Lucasfilm in this instance are responsible anymore. I don't think they should be pulled up on pulled into court because they got permission from the family. And that's really, I think, all you need. If the court doesn't respect the contract with the other studio. And again, Cushing died in '94. That was 20 years ago. Okay, so, I'm not sure about the merits of the case. But the other cases seem like they're pretty much smackdown. Okay, so I just want you guys to hold on to your horses. We'll see where this goes because, again, it could have implications for other instances of deep fakes for other passed away actors. I don't think Billie Lourd was too upset, and she pretty much gave permission for Disney to use Carrie Fisher's likeness. Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill were fine with it. So there's that. Anyway, but the other cases, I think, should be settled by Disney in favor of the plaintiff. Especially the Gina Carano, well, all of them. Kathleen Kennedy really went down an incompetent rabbit hole with all of that, and they need to pay out now. Okay, so this is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.